Hello and welcome to another Fox 411 here in the Fox Rocks Morning Show, where we get to talk to lots of people about different things that are happening around our community. And today I have the executive director of Northern Light Shelters. His name is Jesse Germanson. Jesse, it's good to see you again. It's been a while. It's been a minute or two since we talked.
Yeah, Harry, I appreciate you bringing me on here to share our mission and share our message and update the community. And I appreciate you guys' support over the years.
Well, let's first of all, for those of you that are maybe watching or listening for the first time, what Northern Light Shelter is all about. It's been a standing thing here in Mason City for quite some time now.
Yeah. So Northern Lights Alliance for the Homeless Shelters. That's our big long name. You can just call us NLAHS or Northern Lights.
Right.
We have a men's shelter and two sober livings that are on the corner of 3rd Street Northwest and Monroe Avenue. And we
Mm-hmm.
also have a women and women with children shelter at 202 1st Street Northwest, all here in Mason City.
Mm-hmm.
The organization itself has been around for about 26 years
Right.
and became a registered nonprofit in 1999. There was a group of individuals that realized there's not a lot of support for single men in the community at that time. And
Mm-hmm.
since then, it's expanded. We've really done a lot in the last 5 to 10 years as far as marketing ourselves and expanding and making sure that people in the community know who we are, what we do, and how we can help. So our mission statement is to provide services to assist our clients in putting life's pieces together while they seek permanent housing. And we kind of came to that because people come to us from all walks of life, good, bad, or otherwise, and they have different traumas and experiences. And what we do here is kind of provide a platform for individuals experiencing homelessness and give them the space they need to shower and do laundry and clean and cook and have a home environment while they're out there looking for jobs and looking for resources in the community. And that's kind of who we are and what we do. We really believe in giving people a hand up and not a handout.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when people picture a shelter, they oftentimes think of a bunch of bunk beds in a big gymnasium, and that's perfectly fine. And there's different communities and funding models that require that.
Right.
But for us at Northern Lights, we offer a home environment for families.
So you're talking like in 26 years, you've literally helped thousands. I would say thousands, right? In 26 years?
Oh yeah, many
Yeah.
thousands. Over the last 12 months, we've had over 350 individuals stay in our shelters between men and women and children, and we've also helped an additional 50 to 75 individuals with things like bus tickets, rent, deposit, paying past due light bills, utility bills, Mason City water bills, and help them with food and transportation and all sorts of other things as well. We
Right.
sometimes have people that just need a place to shower or a place to eat or
Mm-hmm.
a place to come get clothes. We offer that to a handful of individuals on a weekly basis, I would say.
Right. Now, let's bring it up to date, I guess, just in the last year, because it's probably been that long since I talked to you. Give us an
Yeah.
update of what you guys have been doing at Northern Lights just in the last year.
Yeah. So one of the last times we talked, we announced that we paid off our women's shelter. That
Right.
was a big deal. That
Yep.
was a big deal for us 5 years ago when we started in that mission. That was over $400,000 in debt. That's eliminated. We received a large grant from the Iowa Finance Authority. It's the Housing and Urban Development. HUD has the Home American Rescue Plan Act dollars. We allocated 137,000 for financial assistance, rent, transportation, case management. And we also hired a men's shelter manager.
Okay.
Her name is Kelly, and she's been with us for the last 8 or 9 months now. And we have really done our best to update and remodel, and we've done flooring jobs and painting and organizing, and we've had service groups and churches come in and help us really process all the donations we get and make sure that they're as clean and organized as possible.
Right.
And then we're at this kind of critical point where we're trying to let the community know a lot of services out in the community out in the world. Those are things that get billed to the state. They get billed to Medicaid. And I'm really trying to do an educational sort of campaign to the community that says we don't bill for services here. We do have 14 sober living rooms, and people pay rent for those, but our homeless shelters are completely free. So you show up, you stay 45 days, you don't pay us a dime. You stay here essentially until you get your stuff figured out. And then, if we have 100 people here tonight or one person, we get paid the same. And that's foundations, trust, charitable grants. And those can be competitive and they're hard to budget around. So we push the holiday season when we all have so much to give and we're giving gifts and presents. We just ask that the community think about people that maybe don't have a Christmas to go to this year, or they don't have a family to share with. And if you and your family are wanting to give gifts to residents, we accept that. We accept financial donations, and we really need time, talent, and treasure. So we're just kind of opening that sort of dialogue with the community, saying we really are a local nonprofit. We don't get a lot of big contracts or outside funding sources that pay all of our bills, and we really depend on the community. And what I will say is this community has been great to the shelters, to Northern Lights broadly, to myself personally. I've met so many great families, retired individuals, and entities and service groups that really want to give back. They just don't always know when or how or who to talk to. And that's why it's important for them to know me and for these conversations. And that's why I'm indebted to you. And I appreciate you having me on here so much to share this message.
You got it. Well, if you want to find out some more information, northernlightshelter.org is the website to go to. You can call them at 641-423. Is that 5920 or 50?
Yep, 5920. And you'll talk with Tammy, Mindy, or Jesse, and just make sure that you're clear about what you're wanting to do or what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever on our side of things. And
right.
we that time doesn't have to be a financial donation. It could be you're retired now and you were a nurse for 30 years and you want to come help us check people in and sit with our clients, or you want to do a Bible study or a yoga class or a educational presentation, or you have a training for our staff. I mean, we're open to a lot of things, and being a nonprofit, we kind of have to be transparent. So we want the community to know that, with the right paperwork in place and the right liability and insurance type stuff done, we can do quite a bit here. And we want the community to lift us up and help our clients and things of that nature.
You kind of alluded to it already, but besides cash being the obvious, any type of monetary donations, but can you get specific on the biggest challenge that you would need if people want to give their time?
Yeah. I mean, the thing that we're always looking for is, we are a people-driven organization, so we focus mainly on our clients and serving them the best we can. And a big piece of that is our facilities. So we have many thousand square foot of facilities. We have lights and cameras and action and toilets and sinks, and we can have people here doing things like organizing donations, light maintenance, painting. We have snow that falls every year and leaves that need to be cleaned up, and we have there's often times where we get many truckloads of donations in a week, and we need help going through that. But we also need volunteers to meet with our clients, and we have a lot of paperwork, and we have a lot of confidentiality and sort of stuff like that we need qualified people to help us out with. I mean, at this time we have 4 staff members that are in leadership positions, and we also have anywhere from 5 to 15 volunteers at any given time, and 7 volunteer board members. Yeah. So it's a big group to, the more the better. And we honestly, we've had people that literally they hang kind of on the wayside until somebody's ready to move out, and they have organized furniture and welcome baskets and things for people getting apartments. and they just help coordinate the move in. So they'll I have one guy that does that right now. I have students that are doing service hours, and they need to get so many hours to graduate. We do things like that, and we've had Rotary, Kiwanis, Lions clubs, and those sort of organizations come and do a cleanup day or a volunteer type day here at the shelters. So there's not really a wrong way to approach that. I mean, if you have an idea that's safe and it's a good, positive, sober activity, we'll probably be open to it.
Sure. Homelessness, of course, is an issue all year long, but now that we're into the holiday season, does it get more crowded this time of year?
Yeah. I mean, when we're in the summer months, there is a little bit more give and take, just because it's nice out and people can camp and find a moderately safe place to stay. But when we get to the winter months here in North Iowa, we all know how cold it gets, and it becomes really a matter of life and death. Honestly, sure. I mean, we have individuals that are intellectual developmental disabilities, and they don't always think the farthest ahead. And when they are in a crisis, and we all know that when we're in a crisis, we don't think clearly. So we want to make sure that those people are getting to us and checking in and getting warm and stable, or that we can help direct them to the right place to go. That's a big part of what we do. We often have people that have already utilized our services or that aren't eligible for our services for whatever reason. And we don't just turn them away. We don't just tell them, nope, see you later. We have a pretty thick Rolodex of great organizations in this area, like 43 North Iowa, Friends of the Family, Prairie Ridge. And we're gonna reach out to them, send them an email or a text, follow up with them the next day, and make sure that that person gets somewhere safe and stable.
I have some recent numbers that you actually sent me just in the last year. 315 are in the homeless shelter from this year, 20 in transitional living, and over 50 in supportive services. I guess just in the last year, what's the average someone will actually stay there?
Yeah, I mean, a good third of our clients are in and out of the shelters in less than a week. But we bumped our policy to 45 days.
Okay.
So clients at day 30, as long as they can prove to us that they are working actively on achieving goals, getting permanent housing, and getting stable, we will let them stay up to 45 days, because that kind of seems to be a big majority of our clients are in and out in a short amount of time. They're either passing through, or they're headed to drug and alcohol treatment, or mental health services, or they're just waiting to get into their apartment. And then that last 2/3, they're usually between 15 and 40 days is kind of the average for most of our residents of how long they stay. And we utilize different data management platforms to help us kind of prioritize that and triage and see who's doing what, so we can reflect back on the year and make sure, because like I said earlier in this talk, we all think of a homeless shelter as you get there at 8 or 9 o'clock at night and you're out first thing in the morning, and that's fine, but that's not really what we do here. We're more of our residents are allowed to stay in all weekend. They cook here, they clean here. But with that, we have a kind of a higher threshold as far as we need people that can take care of themselves. We can't give rides. We can't do some of those things. We don't give medicine here, but we do have all of the contacts to help us out.
Do you have, obviously, I would imagine you would have counseling services ready to go. I would think a lot of the people that, they just need a break,
Yeah.
But when they come in, I mean, I would think that you would have to fill the room with counselors to counsel these people.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad thought, actually. I mean, that's we have all of our shelters are full of lots of resources. So every phone number and email and address to anything relevant to childcare, mental health, physical health, disability is all posted up here. And then we have our manager of the men's shelter, Kelly, And then we have our women's shelter managers, Tammy and Mindy. They work with our clients. They understand what their needs are. But there's a lot of good caseworkers out here in this community. So like, for example, when someone comes to us that's in a real mental health crisis and they're not stable, you know, thank God literally for, Mercy One Hospital, 43 North Iowa and their crisis stabilization, and Prairie Ridge for addiction and mental health services. They have walk-in clinics. So we kind of, all these nonprofits in North Iowa really work together in a way that's not always like that. I've heard from individuals that are leaders here in this area, and they'll tell me that, whether it's, I hesitate to say a name of a town, but some of these other big towns in Iowa, they get very competitive over dollars and resources, and they kind of silo themselves off. But here at, at Northern Lights, we have representatives from the local community college, 43 North Iowa, Prairie Ridge. They're welcome to come in and do assessments right in our shelter with our residents.
That's
because
awesome.
we're just going for outcomes here. We don't want to compete with the other nonprofits. We're in this together, and the services that offer help with apartments, they can't operate without a homeless shelter because people need somewhere to go today when it's 20 below.
Exactly.
And then same with us, we can't serve everybody in every need. So we do need Elder Bridge. We do need some of those other crisis stabilization and behavioral health units to send our clients when they're not ready to be in a shelter like this. So we all kind of work together. We meet collaboratively each month, and some of us meet every week, and there's high utilizer meetings. And I will say that Mason City Police and Cerro Gordo County more broadly have been really good to work with.
Yep.
And for many years, Chief Brinkley was a good advocate for our shelter type services, and he was very open to a lot of things. And I think we have kind of a special thing going here in North Iowa, in my opinion.
You bet. Well, I'm a big believer in recovery, and I think you guys do an awesome job from what you've been explaining about. You develop a relationship with these people, and they just need someone to talk to. I realize a lot of them don't want to talk much, and I get that. But once you establish that relationship, I'm just telling anybody that's listening or watching this, that is a big thing. And I don't care what falls under the recovery mode, but you need to talk. You need to share with someone what's been going on, so they can help.
Yeah.
So you guys can help. I mean, that's what they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. No, I completely agree, and that's exactly right. I mean, literally, sometimes you open up, and just in opening up, you learn about yourself, and you figure out what your problem is. And I'm in recovery myself, and that's a big part of who I am, and that's a big prism and lens that I see things through. So when I deal with our clients, or they have a slip up or a mistake or any kind of issues like that, we believe in second chances. This is all one big second chance for everybody. And we do our best here to be like, our people have had a hard time, the people that we serve, and we understand that. And myself and the board and the shelter leadership and volunteers, we hold each other accountable. I mean, we make sure that we're trauma informed. If one of us messes up or says something we shouldn't, we hold ourselves accountable. And we want this to really actually be like a true safe space where you can talk. And no matter where you're from, if you're from halfway around the world and you're here in North Iowa and you're homeless and you're lost and you need some hope and a helping hand, we're here to help those people. And we're good stewards to the community too, because they give us a lot of money. They've supported us over the years. So we don't want to, treat the community poorly. We want the community to know that you can come to us with problems. And if I have a solution, I will personally follow up on that and see if I can help you with that person. Because, I don't want people sleeping in storage units or in your garage or your backyard. So I'm open to helping you get them here and getting them connected to what they need and get them to the point where they're the most self-sufficient version of themselves they can be.
What can we do as the public about homelessness? I mean, obviously, the old phrase of if you see something, say something. I mean, I think it's our duty as a human being to
Yeah.
serve. And how you can serve is if you see someone that is going through some tough times. Do you want us to approach them? How do we do that? Or can we, I don't know, just give you guys a lead or whatever? If we see
Yeah.
a homeless person, what do we do as the public?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that number one is education. Just educate yourself on the community and what's out there. Knowing what is out there is so helpful, because if you have somebody in your say the entryway at your business and you see them every morning and they leave first thing in the morning, that would be a perfect time to call us and call friends of the family, call Northern Lights, get us engaged.
Completely anonymous, of course. You can do this.
Yeah. You can do it anonymously. We don't need to know your name or number or where you're from. You can just say, "Hey, there's a guy down here sleeping in this building every day, and I don't have the heart to kick him out because it's so cold. Could you come down and direct him?" And I will say that the churches, Northern Lights, the other nonprofits, all in this community, we're all pretty connected. So if you're familiar with somebody that works at Friends of the Family or Northern Lights or fill in the blank, let them know about it. You can always call not 911, but call the police dispatch and let them know, and then that will get the ball rolling too. Because I don't want anyone to ever put themselves in an unsafe situation. But we also have a unique mobile crisis response team. So 43 North Iowa and Prairie Ridge have partnered to share or to send out caseworkers and community health worker type staff, that when somebody's in a crisis that does not meet the threshold for EMTs, EMS, or the police, that this unique group will go out and meet with them. So calling police dispatch, I believe it's noon to noon, 7 days a week now, that they're doing that. And then the other thing, the good thing for the community to do is follow us on Facebook. Facebook and Instagram, look up Northern Lights. You'll see pictures of our red, white, and blue logo. Share those images, share those success stories, share the mission, screenshot it and put it on your page, or just share the post. It's so helpful, because when I put posts out there sometimes or do interviews like this, people get engaged. They go, "I didn't even know there was a shelter." And now I hear, there's hundreds of people every year going there. I didn't know that. So we just want to educate. And then I would say follow us on social media. And if you see if you see something, definitely say something. Get connected, ask a friend, ask a family member, call one of us.
To finish things up here, I'm just going to ask you a general question about just this past year. I realize that you probably are dealing with people from all over, but let's think about the 7-county area here in North Iowa in general. How many you would say out of 10 are from this area?
Oh, 8 or 9. 8 or 9. Yeah, it's mostly homegrown people here. I think our jail and our hospital and some of the other stuff that's in this community makes it a little unique. So we kind of draw people into Mason.
Right.
So I think that's what makes it a little unique. But a lot of these people are homegrown, people from Mason and Clear Lake and Manly and all those kind of places. And we do see repeats. We're allowed to have somebody here one time per year, and there's a few that have been here, a couple of years in a row. So they're all local people for the most part. I mean, we do get the occasional bus stop or airport call that's somebody from halfway across the country got kicked off the bus. But the thing that the community needs to know, having a shelter here, when people call us from Des Moines or from Minneapolis, we tell them no. We tell them you can't come stay here. But when someone just shows up on our door, that's
Right.
now a community problem, and we need to at least get them connected and back to their community. Because if they're, stuck in Mason City homeless, they're going to take up a lot of police, EMS, and hospital time. And us as taxpayers and citizens, we're paying for that.
Sounds like an kind of a silly question, but do you just take care of adults? That's it.
Yeah, we focus on adults, but we do allow children if they're accompanied by their parent or guardian.
Okay.
So both men's and both women's allow children. We get 95% of our children are at the women's shelter, but we do have single fathers here that bring their kids from time to time.
Yeah. Well, it's holiday time, folks. This is they have a dire need of monetary gifts. Obviously, any type of time you can give to help out. NorthernLightShelter.org will tell you all about it, and you can even give right on the website. Or if you have any questions, just call them up at 641-423-5920, and somebody there will answer the phone. I'm sure the phone is probably lights up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. So, Jesse Germanson is the executive director here of our Northern Light Shelters, and you're doing a wonderful thing, Jesse, and continued great stuff with your recovery as well. I'm approaching 20 years on my alcohol addiction that I had years ago.
Good for you.
And so I mean, there is a better way to live. That's for sure. You just got to give yourself a break and understand yourself a little bit more, and knowing that we've always had a thinking problem.
Nobody can get in your way like you can.
Yep, exactly. I'm my own worst enemy, that's for sure. You also have a Facebook page as well. Any other social
we are on Instagram as well. We're NLAHS _ North Iowa, NIA. They're linked. Our Facebook and Instagram are linked together, and we just go on there, follow us, add us as a friend. It really means a lot. It helps us keep our message out. We post a lot of success stories on there too. So
I wanted to ask that, your success stories. I like to end on a high note here.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have people that have stayed there and now have come back to probably help, whether it's monetarily or service. Yeah.
We have a few staff members and volunteers that have utilized our service within the last 3 to 5, 6 years, and they've been working with us now for years, and they've been stable, and they've reunited with family and friends, and they've gotten vehicles and their license back and have their own place now. And it's really cool to see when somebody comes in with literally nothing and they end up with a roof over their head, food in their stomach, insurance, and then a path forward. We're paving a path forward for some of these people, and we want to make sure that every North Iowan knows that we want to be here for the next 26 years. Help us get to the next 26, because this problem is not going anywhere, and it's not really I don't even like calling it a problem. It's just the way things are. People need help. Times are tough, and I don't see them getting any easier.
A fork in the road,
A fork in the road. Exactly. Amen.
Well, thank God you guys are there. Everybody is, I'm sure, very grateful once they go through your services. I don't know if I want to call it a program, a services. It's just a situation that they're in. And you're there to help. So that's great to know. Jesse, thank you so much for what you do and your staff and all the hard work. I don't think anybody can even fathom what it's like, to do what you guys do. It's because you got to be positive, and it's a tough, because let's face it, nothing's positive about their life, and they're coming into your situation, but you're giving them that positive hope that they need.
They're definitely receiving hope here, and they're receiving a path forward.
You bet. Jesse, thank you so much. We'll keep in touch, and anything you need throughout the holidays or anytime, just give us a holler, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all you guys for the support and getting our message out there and helping us.
You bet. NorthernLightShelter.org. or call them up at 641-423-5920. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.